Okay. Okay, good morning. Thank you for joining me for this interview. Good morning, Dr. Oil.
Okay, good morning.
Okay, so can you tell us briefly like how you started your auto parts manufacturing business?
Okay, last 10 years ago, right? I know someone in their supplier of Honda car, right? So we plan to set up the business together, by the business connections with insiders. So we got the first order, right? Around 1.6 million baht per month. So that is the start of our startup business last
Oh,
10 years ago. Yeah.
okay. So how has the innovation played a role in your entrepreneurial journey?
So for automotive industry, we cannot have too much innovations because we are supplier. For example, if Honda car they have if they produce Honda car, right, we have to follow the technology or
Oh.
the system of Honda car. So whatever the Honda told us to do, we have to follow that procedure. For example, if we buy a machine, we have to buy the same machines as they
Mm.
recommend. If we buy some product, some material, we also have to. We are controlled by the Honda car. That's why we cannot have too much innovations. So we just
Mm.
follow the standard of Japanese company. So
Oh.
the mainly at the beginning, right? We start like that. Okay, but when we run our business for some time, we can have our own innovations. For
Mm.
example, we can have robots to produce our car, to produce our part, or some innovation in process or something. But at the beginning, we have to follow the standard of the Honda
Mm.
car.
Okay, so let's come to the challenges and how you overcoming them. So, as you know, the entrepreneurship often comes with challenges. So, could you please elaborate some of the major challenges and how you overcame them?
For entrepreneur, I think that there are the challenges almost every day, right?
Mhm.
Because the problem always happen every day.
Mm.
If you are the large scale, if you have 100 employees in your factories, so if something happen to employees, right? No matter it's personal thing or something, it will also impact to our process of the business, right? If
Mm.
one employee are missing, right? Its impact to the production line too. So not only technical or only customer that are always have their challenges or any
Mm.
problem happen all the time. So what we can do just stay close to the process of productions and
Mm.
have some hate. And if some problem happen, we have to collect it immediately, right? Before
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
become bigger or bigger. I give you some examples. If some employee sick or have some problem, just COVID, right? So they have to stop to work one day. One employee stop one day, it's impact to the post production line,
Mm.
right? So maybe we delay for the customer, right? If we know immediately, we have to find someone to replace the sickness employees, right? So it's always happen, right? And then on the sometimes our customer always sometimes they have some problem too. If there are some problem about production, we have to the the solution is the entrepreneur must stay closely to our process, or you have someone just like managers or head to stay closely to our process to
Mm.
make some overcome or solving that problem immediately or as soon as possible.
Mm. Okay. Thank you. So now let's move to the sorry, were there any like strategies that is really important that overcoming this challenge despite from um, staying close with the employees?
So the strategy just we have our head for each department, just like
Mm.
they stay at the area immediately. Just like for production part, we have manager, production managers. For QC, we also have QC parts,
Mm.
and then they look and then stay closely to the. Okay, QC ขอบคุณนะคะ Okay ค่ะ if there are any problem happen, the head are at that time, the head of each department stay there and then inform immediately, right?
Mm.
If they can collect that or if they can solve that problem, they will solve the problem immediately. But if they cannot, they will inform the entrepreneur or the owner, and then we
Mm.
have to, and then we start the process of solving that problem immediately. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So now let's move to the funding options. So when you're starting your business, what are funding options were available to you as an entrepreneur in Thailand?
For I said first for overall or general entrepreneur, if they are really new startup, they have this as the main problem. They don't have money to run the business.
Yeah.
For me at that time, I have some private funding, right? So we start with small amount of funding. So because based on the Thai regulation and policy, if you would like to loan from the bank, you must have at least 6 month statement or 6 month history. So is this impossible if you start up immediately and then you don't have your own money? So this is the main barrier of Thai entrepreneur who don't have money and would like to start the business. The institution or the bank cannot offer your money if you don't have 6 month past experience, right?
Mm.
So this is one of the barrier. So at the beginning, for my company, I use my own personal fund, right? So
Mm.
but we can start with small production line, right? Because we have limit, and then we start to loan the bank later when everything is matched to the requirement of the bank. Okay.
Mm. Okay. Can you provide insights into the decision-making process behind choosing a specific funding options for your auto parts manufacturing company?
At the beginning, we use our private funds
Yes.
for some time. But if you we would like to expand and then go bigger, right? We have to loan from the bank. At the beginning, we select the large amount of the bank loan, right? Which bank give us the largest money? We select
Mm.
that bank because our company just the new company. Everything needs stable, so we need a large amount of money just in case if there is some accident or if there is some economic slowdown or if there is any problem to economic world, right? So we have enough money to as the liquidities or just add the good cash flow. So in order to stop the problem about the cash flow and the liquidity of the company, we select the large amount, the largest who offer our the largest amount of the loan. We select that bank. But
Mm.
now our company quite stable for the money, so we select the cheapest interest rate in
Mm.
order to have the lower cost. If you got the cheapest amount, you will got the lowest cost. So if you got the lowest cost, it will result to the lowest expense, and then it will generate the higher profit to the company.
Mm.
So when your company is enough money and then you think that we have a lot enough cash to run the business, we will select the lowest interest rate. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, reflecting on your choice of funding, how effective was it in supporting the growth and development of your company?
Um, the money right now, the company is open more than 10 years ago, right? So
Mm.
the funding will not impact for our growth rate, right, of the company. The most important thing to impact is just like the disruptions of the automotive car. As you know that now there are EV electric vehicle come, and then the large majority of manufacturing come from China, right?
Mm.
So the main problem of the growth of the company is just like the emerging of EV car, the growth of EV car, and the higher competitors in industry. So this is the main problem. the main barrier of growing. So right now, if we can go into EV, our company will growth very high. But now we are remaining for the car that we use, the Japanese car first. So the main barrier is not funding, but it will
Mm.
be the disruption from EV car.
Oh, okay. So, um, what were the advantages you experienced from choosing the chosen funding option?
The advantage, if you good, if you good financial status, if you have good revenue, if you have good history background of the accounting, the bank will give you the very low interest rate, right? So the advantages is if you remain a good status of financial statement, you will have a good interest rate, which you have the lower interest rate, lower expense, and this one will be competitive advantage that you can compete
Mm.
to others competitors because you have a very flexible cash flow, lower and lowest interest rate, right? Okay.
Okay. On the flip side, were there any disadvantages or challenge from the choosing funding method?
Because right now it's just like disadvantages. Like there are some expense that happen, right? If
Mm.
you have some amount of loan with this bank, they will sell you the insurance, right? With this loan, right? So and then you still have to you have to pay extra or additional expenses like insurance or something else for getting that loan. This is just and then and then another thing is just like you have to provide more documents, right,
Mm.
to
Yeah.
get the loan, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, not too much disadvantage for this
Mm.
financial.
Okay. So, considering the current business landscape, do you believe that Thai entrepreneurs have enough funding options to initiate and sustain their business?
For new, I will separate two type. If the
Okay.
really new entrepreneurs, I'm quite sure that more than 90% they have a problem of funding, right? Another level of entrepreneur, if they have enough money, I think they don't have if they don't have a problem of running business, right? Then we have another problem of high competitors from outside. It's like if you are doing business and then you compete to Chinese people and then you have enough money, but you will have another problem with your competitors. But if you are very large company, so we don't
Mm.
consider as the entrepreneur, just like
Mm.
CP or something else, then we don't have any problem. But
Mm.
if small entrepreneur, of course, I think 90% of them have the problem about their doing business and then about funding,
Okay.
especially this economic slowdown
Yeah.
situation. Okay.
So, are there any specific recommendations or areas where you think improvement could be made to enhance the funding landscape for entrepreneurs in Thailand?
Um, it's very difficult to recommend for funding because the funding is from outsider, right?
Mm.
So, if possible, right now the government try to help entrepreneur. Anyway, you have to find out and then create the creative idea and try to find some investor to support to your business, right? And if it's possible, try to lowest cost and differentiate from your competitors that can help you to run the business. For funding, it's very difficult to recommend and then help for entrepreneur, right? But for doing business, they should try to lowest cost and try to differentiate their how to do business in industry.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And that's it for the interview. Thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
For if you would
Okay.
like to know further information, you can call me.
All right.
Right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
See you. Bye.